We're back. Let's take a look at this pen. Here it is. It's the Sceptre series, and this is the Poseidon model. Very nice. You can tell the shape is much wider at the top part, and then it winds down thinner and then flares, just a little bit of a flare at the end finial. It's got a little bit of a step down right here in the middle portion, and it's fairly flat here, so it's got these two gold trimmings. What's nice about this are it's a nice size, by the way, and we'll see a size comparison in just a few minutes. What is nice about this are the finials. You can tell the two finials, they're silver, and it's kind of a crown. My camera is not pinking it up, I apologize, but let me just let me see if it cooperates. There you go. So you can it's the Poseidon symbol, in fact, I think, and you've got the same thing on both sides. So that's I think a very, very nice touch. So and the rest is all very nice resin. It's got that dual colored. It's got some orange in it. It's got some light blue, dark blue, a little bit of white silver. So it's very, very nice. Now, in terms of, if we can open this up, 1, 2, 2.5, I would say, 2.5 turns. There is the nice nib. Fine Writing International is the company that makes this pen, and those are their nibs. Usually I've had no problems with their nibs. In fact, all of their pens are what I find most striking about them, besides having very nicely tuned nibs. What I find is that they are the pens, you can ink them and leave them aside for weeks and then come back to them, and they write, no hard starts. So nice sealing, I guess, in these pens. Now, will this one react the same way? We shall see. So that's the nib with the plastic feed, as you can tell. It's got a nice ink window. So there's an ink window that gives you the where we're at. And what's nice about, I just inked myself, my apologies. What I like about this pen also is that it's a vacuum piston filler. So you remove the top cap, unscrew it, and then you push this up and down, and that's the way you fill the pen. There we go. That's I haven't quite got into the pen to see if I can take this pen apart for cleaning purposes, but for the time being, there you have it. So very, very nice. Nice size, very comfortable in the hand, a little bit on the thin side, so it doesn't have the girth, but it definitely has the length. Now, does it post? No, it doesn't. It does not post. And it's not meant to, because it's a nice sized pen. Okay, so there you have it. Now, just give me a second, and we'll come back with a size comparison. Okay, let's do a size comparison. I've got a series of pens here. We'll put in my Sceptre Poseidon. There you go. So as you can see, it's a fairly large pen. When I compare it to my Opus 88, which is one of my larger pens, it's probably equal. Just slightly smaller than my Momento Zero Grande Stardust, my London Pen Company Primary Manipulation Christopher 13, I believe this one is. It competes for, oh, wait a minute. No, this is my Galen Leather Primary Manipulation. There you have it. Kilk, much bigger than the Kilk. In terms of how big is it compared to my, which is a large pen, my Monteverde Sequoia, much bigger. My Furore, let me put it next to it so we can really see it. Just a slightly bigger and slightly smaller than my Norwell Nautilus Primary Manipulation, and bigger than my Asvine. There you have it. So that's for a size comparison. We'll be right back with the writing sample. Now, for the writing sample, we will be using this notebook, which I'm more and more starting to really enjoy. It's the B7 bulky paper. To me, it's a mystery. I don't know where this B7 bulky comes from. If anybody knows a little bit about where what kind of paper this is, etc. I know it's starting to look like a real winner and a real alternative to Tomoe River. So I'm very pleased with it. I've purchased it on Etsy, and you will find the details and the links in the description below. So let's open it up. This is a lined, I think I got it on the other wrong side. Okay, here we go. So let the camera do its thing. Calms down. Okay, so what do we have here? Well, fine writing international. And it's the Sceptre series. And this is the Poseidon. And it's a Endless exclusive. The nib is just exquisite, by the way. I like this ink, and I'll show you what ink it is in a second. The nib is a Yo steel, gold-plated, and it's a 1.5 stub. Very, very nice. Very chunky. Just 1 second, just to show you the ink. The ink is, here's the swatch, which I think went really well with the pen. And the ink is Dominant Industry, and it's the Lake brand. So Dominant Industry, very nice ink. And these are the standard inks. They're not shimmering inks. And that's the swatch. So let's continue with my writing sample. So in terms of its, got to tell you, it's very, very, very smooth. Just a hint of feedback, which is, in my view, very nice, because there's a little bit of tooth there, so it gets you to, at least you appreciate the writing. Now, in terms of wetness, well, as you can see, it's really, really wet. So I think that this ink with this pen is just right. As you can see, so sorry for the wobbly lines, but it gives you an idea of how constant the writing is. So very, very nice so far. In terms of the rating, let's look at the rating. We'll look at design first. I think design, I'm going to give it a 9.8. I think it's a nice design. Very different. And hats off. Hats off. Very nice. It's got very unique qualities. And in terms of the build quality, 9.8 as well. Very nicely constructed. And I could see in there, by the way, a seal. I just, maybe you don't see it with here, but it does have a seal in there, which is very, very good. It means I'll be able to use this like every other fine writing international pen. Leave it aside, and it will work like a charm. The nib, I think it's very well tuned, 9.8. And the overall value, the price was very, very attractive. I'm going to give it a 9.8. Is this pen a go-to pen? Absolutely, 10 on 10 for that. So there you have it. I think this is a very, very nice pen. I think I'm going to enjoy writing with this, and I can't spell my name anymore, this week. And you know what? Fountain pen therapy for all.